I'm not sure that's fenced in either. Talon, come!
Okay, thanks, Blaine, for the text message.
So nobody knew that I was reading off all
So
this
we
names?
said hello to everybody. So let me start all over again. I'll go through real quickly. My bad for the mute button. That's on me. Hey, at least you got talent here. Did the video play all right at the beginning? I just threw that in there. So we got RV Traveling in My Researcher, Fred Christie, following Yellow Brick Road. They have a question. Notice you're staying at fam camps a lot. In the future, do you plan on camping at parks only, or will you venture out and do some boondocking? Very little boondocking, but we will be staying in campgrounds, whether that be military campgrounds or just regular campgrounds. Like right now, we are in a city park, right? City, or is this a state?
City Park.
City park. Yeah, we're in a city park right now. So then we got Chasing America, Gene Bainey. Adventure RV Adventure, Bob's Adventure, James Cantonese, Weekend RVing, Really Great Travel again. Thank you for the
Heads up.
heads up. Nancy Adams. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Bill. Usually you don't have one without the other.
Right.
Sue at Lucky Dog Productions moderator. And Thrifty Angela. And New Horizons. Susan. Hello, hello. I imagine Susan was just been like sleeping like for the last few days from just all the work she put in doing everything with the Mayberry meetup. Shannon Kraft. If you didn't pay attention to the chat, there's tons of people saying no sound on here too. Judy Smiley. Idle Cruises on Land and Sea, traveling down the Bannisters.
The journey awaits.
The journey
Jarhead and Ginger's journey. The wags are here.
Yeah. I hear they have some opulent accommodations where the Wayward Wags are. So I heard.
Not every place
the
can
journey
be a winner.
awaits. Yeah, that's true. Not every place can be a winner. And I think that's everybody. If we missed you, I apologize. It's been a whirlwind day, really, but afternoon. We are still in Alabama for another week. Then we go to Mississippi. I got a text message today. We got some friends coming to meet us tomorrow, so we're excited about that.
Yep. Very excited.
And on the horizon, there's no time for sleep. Oh, well, where are the trail leads? Hello. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize up front. We're probably going to miss some more people and miss the chat. So I'm sorry. We're going to try to keep up, but we got some stuff going on. And
Well, we've both been on our computers like all day,
yeah,
so our eyes are like.
Been working.
I definitely feel my age and need my glasses at this moment because it's like.
Actually, my new glasses hopefully will be here tomorrow.
Nice.
And that new glasses in 2 years, and I need them. This little ball here is Talon, in case you can't see. Can't see.
And if you follow her Instagram, she went to the dog park yesterday, and man, they were having like a get together for dogs, and all of a sudden they all got together. They like Talon.
Yeah, everybody loves Talon. So hopefully you saw the video I played at the beginning, because I haven't been messing with videos very much, so I don't know if it worked or not. But it was a quick. Well, it was an excerpt from a longer video celebrating Talon's birthday, which was August 28th. And so for our Patreon members, they can watch the whole video, and that's really what that video was, and see Talon's birthday extravaganza.
And we had some more
and
very fun
and attempted escape. Yeah. Jared Jenner said, "Can't wait to get my shirt signed by Talon." Well, you're in Texas still. We're kind of heading that way. We'll be in Mississippi. It's only one state between us, so get your RV and get on the road. There's plenty of room at the park we're staying at, and I can tell you that later. So what's on our list to do here? So
well, I don't know how much, I can't remember now. It's been so long since our last live stream what we covered. So we put a couple things in here like that we've done, and we're not really sure if we covered it on our last live stream because it was like in that overlap period, but we did a drive-in church in Daytona Beach, and that was really neat. It was a different experience. So, and it wasn't because of because of COVID. That's like normally how they do their services there. So it was really interesting.
Yeah, we did a drive-in church in Tampa.
Yes.
Back in January, pre-COVID.
Right.
And they've been doing that drive-in church there for 40 plus years. Now the one we went to in Daytona.
That was the one with the ship.
Yeah, that was the one with the ship. And the one we went to in Daytona, they've been doing it for 40 or 50 years as well, right?
Right. That was a drive-in movie theater that they converted to a church. So that was pretty cool.
But instead of saying, like if you're in the service and you wanted to clap or, say amen or something, they told you to blow your car horn. So it's kind of funny. Just somebody would say something or finish the song and you're going to beep, 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 beep. So and it was right next to a residential area, so I'm sure they enjoyed it every Sunday morning.
Every Sunday morning. That was funny. And we met a lot of people since our last live stream. So we met up with Lenny, and we met up with Hal and Jay, friends of ours that we had on our YouTube channel like a long time ago, back in the day. Yep, when we first were like starting out. And then and we met Following Moon.
Yep. And hello to we just came in. Fantastic Travels. Welcome to the show. And Linda R. I don't think I said hello to you, Linda, but so hello. If I did say hello to you, you got it twice.
Yeah. Awesome.
So we've met up with a lot of people. It's been a lot of fun. And whenever we think we go somewhere and we're like, okay, we're just going to chill here, we're not going to do anything for these few days, we suddenly end up meeting people. And that's what happened when we were in Orlando. I mean, we haven't put out our Orlando video yet. It's coming in a couple of weeks. But this isn't in the video. We didn't really record anything for what we're getting ready to say, so we'll go ahead and tell you. We were leaving the RV to go somewhere, and I look over, literally almost directly across the road from where our camper was, and I noticed the truck there, and I'm like, that's Hal and Jay. They're friends of ours we'd met back in January in Eustis, Florida. And just as soon as I said that, they walked out of their RV and were getting in their truck. So we just drove around and got in front of them. Yeah. And they freaked out because they didn't recognize us. They didn't recognize our vehicle at first. But they were literally parked right across from us. They had just gotten there the night before. and I didn't notice. So that was a pleasant surprise. And then with following the moon, they
I think it's actually Follow the Moon.
Follow the Moon, yes,
Yeah,
on YouTube and Instagram. They were well, you could see them. You could see them from our RV, but they were a few rows over. So, but it was interesting that it's always cool to meet people out on the road, whether they're people that are following your channel if you have a channel, or just meeting people in general. I mean, like our neighbor here who was supposedly leaving 2 days ago now, it's still here.
He told us when we rolled in on Saturday he was leaving the next day, and then he decided to extend another week. So we were excited.
Where are you staying? Hello, everyone. I love that name. Where are you staying? That was a great name.
Well, and the question in the beginning was about, where we would stay at military campgrounds and stuff. And we are probably more geared for military campgrounds, 1,000 trails, and then kind of like city parks or wherever we kind of find
full hookups.
Boondocking is probably not for us, just because we're not like trying to run as much water as we can, but I use more water than probably boondocking would be. I'm not a Navy shower person.
Yeah, and we have a residential refrigerator, 2 air conditioners. We do not have solar. We do not have lithium batteries. So to boondock would be quite an investment. And so for solar and the lithium batteries and all that stuff, you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars. And with us having 1,000 Trails membership and access to inexpensive camping at military campgrounds, it would take a very long time to recoup that investment. So we've decided not to. Even before we went full time, our boondocking amounted to, but we would overnight stay somewhere. Now, when we went to the Tampa RV show last year, we weren't planning to boondock because we were under the impression we had full hookups when we got to the MacDill Air Force Base fan camp, but we didn't, and we boondocked for what, 3 days?
3 days.
3 days, and it was fine. We didn't have a problem with it. It was good. It was good weather.
Well, we were surrounded by a bunch of people that were boondocking too for that amount of time, so that kind of helped too, that we weren't annoying anybody with a generator or anything like that. Everybody was annoying everybody with their generators.
Yep. So George Jenner just got their 1,000 Trails access today. That started in June. We got ours a couple of weeks ago, and it started in June as well. If you haven't watched the Wayward Wags video on their 1,000 Trails experience, go over and watch that video. Wags, if you're still in here listening, drop a link to that video because it's almost a mirror image of our experience with that, except I think we got ours like a week earlier or something, didn't we?
Yeah, but it would have been the same time frame, except the person they were buying it from had deleted the email, and so it sat there for an extra week. So, other than that, I think it would have been right at the same time frame. So I think it was 14 weeks that they had, and we were at 13 weeks.
Yep.
Something like that.
Adventure wants to know, will you be boondocking for a couple of days in Tampa in January? Negative. No. We will be paying a whole lot of money for a campground nearby. We're going to be staying in the Tampa area for the entire month of January. And yeah, our experience, our experience is identical as well. Yep. Yeah. And just go watch the video and just throw a ditto for us and a ditto for Jarhead and Ginger at the end of it. But again, I would still recommend the resale path if you want 1,000 Trails membership versus paying the $14,000 or so up front. You can get it for a third or so of the price on the resale market. So
the lowest
it's worth the wait.
Yeah, the lowest I ever heard was still about $3,000 more than what we paid for it, and and the only benefit that they had more than us was just a couple little things, and it wasn't worth that kind of money. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just making sure we didn't miss anything. Okay.
Well, at least somebody's wearing their glasses.
Yep.
Oh, there. Okay, you did get the link dropped.
Yeah, so we may see some familiar faces in January. Blaine at Riley Creative Travels, they're going to Disney in the RV in January. and it's the week of the Tampa RV show. So we're going to drive to Tampa Saturday to see some cool stuff.
Oh,
Awesome.
cool.
Awesome.
We'll see you there.
Yeah, we'll definitely see you there. Just like we saw you at Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
Which was fun. It was great to see you.
I was gonna say we didn't even mention
and
that
meet the family.
ran into Blaine, but we actually got to see more than just Blaine because we got to meet the family.
You got to meet the whole family. So for those of you who follow Riley Creative Travels, yes, indeed, he does have a wife. She's real. We've met her in person.
Really
We've seen her.
And very nice. Like
Barefoot RV Life. Hello, how you guys doing? I'm not sure what Road to 350 means, but if you're talking about subscribers and things like that, we don't do that on this channel. So appreciate that. What else we got?
So Patreon and YouTube membership videos.
Okay, so last week we went ahead and launched our YouTube membership platform on Friday. We've had a Patreon page out there for a long time. We've never really promoted it, and to this day we still really haven't promoted it. But there we are adding content to both. So if you want to help us help a military, a small military related charity, local charity, I encourage you to either join us on Patreon or YouTube membership. There's, depending on the level, is depending on the percentage that will go to the charity, and that's all spelled out when you sign up. It's all there, and there's a couple of levels that are only just to support us. So if you just would choose to support us, that's fine too. You can just choose that level, or you can just pray for us and not give us any money, and that's fine too. We need that as well. For those who do join either one of those two platforms, there's some interesting and cool stuff going on out there. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Which is something we left out of another video. We saw a lot of Forrest Gump stuff when we were in Savannah. We didn't mention it or point it out in any of our videos, but we saw it. It was there, including the running track where he ran. Yeah. So what's next?
Our video footage.
Okay. Yeah. So
Anybody else have
our last video, our Friday's video, when we were in Brunswick, St. Simon's Island, you saw, if you watched the video, if you haven't, please go watch it after this. We saw a tiny glimpse of the St. Simon's Island lighthouse because the rest of the footage, I said in the video the footage was lost. It wasn't lost per se, as more of it was never created. I guess is the best way to put it, because I had a camera in my hand and I was walking around like this, but I didn't have the record button pushed apparently. And then when I tried to fly the drone, it wouldn't let me go very high at all. So that didn't help much either. So all that footage, all 15 or so seconds of it, is in the video. And I think it's at the 30 seconds because I slowed it down.
Yeah, well, I think my whole video that I took of it was like 5 seconds, but then it got slowed down. So now it was like 10 seconds.
Right.
But it's a really cool lighthouse, so if you're in the area, you should go by and check it out and send us some footage.
Yeah. Oh, and one thing I skipped on the Patreon and YouTube membership thing, and again, we're not trying to hit you guys up for money at all. Just letting you be aware that these avenues are out there if you wanted to help in any way. There's also 100% of the money from any super chats we get on our live streams or applause, and that's a new feature on YouTube. There's an applause button underneath our videos, which is basically it's the same thing as a super chat in a live stream, but you can donate that way as well. And 100% of either one of those goes to support a local veterans charity. So I missed that. Sorry. Blaine's like, I enjoyed your video on the tire covers from today. They are a hidden gem. No one knows. Yeah. Yeah, those tire covers we had seen, and that's the video we dropped a few hours ago. Those tire covers are from Magna Shade, and we had seen those on other RVs when we were at the Tiffin rally in Sarasota back in January, and like, well, they look a lot better than the, you know, the wooden ones. Yeah, I don't even know what that means. The white Vita ones or any of the other ones. Plus, they were just super easy to put on. As you saw in the video, I mean, we drug the video out as long as we could, and I think it was like 4.5 minutes long.
Even I could do it.
Yeah.
If
Really?
I wasn't afraid of those big tires.
Yeah, you get.
But I could. I mean, technically, I could open it up and slide it on, but I don't get, no.
Yeah. So, and Sue said she wanted some Brunswick stew. I did too. I really wanted some Brunswick stew, but we were on a serious time crunch, and because we had to get to Savannah again, and none of this was in. I think I did leave it in the. We talked about it at the end of the last video, but I went to a whiskey tasting class at the American Prohibition Museum, and so we had to be there in time for that. So we weren't able to do as much as we wanted to do in Brunswick. I love Brunswick. I mean, I lived there for a summer.
Follow the moon, Keenan.
Oh, hey, follow the moon. We were just talking about you guys.
Yep.
And it was all good, as far as you know. No, it really was. Great couple, beautiful Tiffin coach.
Yes.
That they have, and I hope to run into them. Well, when we make our southern trip back down to.
They have the brand new diesel version of ours.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very pretty. Very homey.
Yep. And
that is probably, I will just say this. Their RV is probably the most homey that I've ever been in. They really wanted to make it feel like a home and not, you know, I don't know, furniture stuck, you know, where it is and whatever, and like an RV is. And so they just have a lot of neat personal touches in there that really made it nice. Talon.
I just realized whenever I put a banner up there that nobody can see Talon. Everybody loves Talon.
And they're going to be in Tampa too.
Awesome.
We'll see you in Tampa, I'm sure.
Yep. We will be there.
So,
in all honesty, if you're thinking about being in Tampa, anybody at this point,
make your arrangements.
Make your arrangements now. Same with Florida in general, because even though the Canadian border is closed, so that's going to keep a lot of snowbirds out. There's going to be a lot of people who normally couldn't make it into Florida that will now, so they'll fill in those holes. Florida will be packed, I guarantee you. And plus, some campgrounds are actually limiting their availability. They're not using all their sites for some reason. So, you know, if you need to if you want to go to Florida this winter, make your reservations right now. Right, Talon?
Right.
That's right. So the problem with losing our video footage, and we've done this before, recently, is when I turn the camera on, I don't wait for it to finish booting up, which takes like 3 seconds, if that, boot up, and I hit the record button and think it's going. And that's what my problem is. So it's not that I'm just forgetting to hit the record button, I'm just hitting it a little too soon. So I'm going to learn two things. Be patient, wait the 3 seconds for it to boot up. Press the record button. Look at the screen and make sure the record is on, you know, flashing or whatever. So if I do those, we'll be all right.
No, we won't.
Well, we're getting better.
Because any videos in slow motion.
Yeah, I've videoed our blogs in slow motion. I did my daily devotion, which I have on my personal channel. I did that one a few hours ago, twice, once in slow motion and once in regular motion. So I'm still working on it.
I did make we made a stop at a roadside. We like Roadside America, and we made a stop at this really cool Roadside America. I got out, I vlogged it, I did all the stuff, and we got back in the car. And later, after the fact, he watched it and said, "You know, you did that all in slow motion." I was like, "No," because he had handed me the camera. I just turned it on and went. So, no, I didn't know I did it. So might have to try to um, voice over it.
Have a good one. We're RV saying. Um, yeah, our friends Hal and Jay, they actually have a reserved a booth at the Tampa RV show. They do RV roofing solutions, and
Yeah, where you never have to like
yeah, and they have, you know, they took their money, you know, for the booth, but they
no communication.
no communications at all. From so that's two vendors. They're not even communicating, so it's weird. And yeah, I probably need to do that up to 5 just to be on the safe side. I'll go one to one to do like a like a like an auctioneer.
No.
Yeah. No.
But it is funny when he does it and then he looks at me and goes, gotta do it again because he totally forgot. Wasn't recording. Or when he's in the middle of a sentence because the camera will just like shut down after so long. So you think you're recording and everything, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know,
Yeah.
the
A little bit
lens
crazy.
goes back in and sucks it back in.
So Wags, if you use 1,000 trails for counting, slow yourselves down. Does that mean you wait 12 weeks before you start recording?
14.
14 weeks. Excuse me, 14 weeks. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Yeah, state parks in Florida are mostly booked for the winter. Yeah, and a lot of other campgrounds are as well. It's just like it is every year, and so we are getting. I think we're getting a little bit better with our videos. I'm shooting in different styles and editing it a little bit differently and doing the music a little bit differently. I'm trying to learn from people that are a lot better at it than me, which is pretty much everybody.
I wouldn't say that.
So, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. And so now we're going to segue. These aren't segues. We're just.
There's a bunch of bullet points of things that we wanted to make sure we didn't.
So as we're going through everything, if you have any questions about anything, please throw them out there for us, and we'll answer them.
Anybody want to know what Disney was like?
COVID Disney.
COVID Disney?
CD. COVID Disney. I didn't like it.
No.
Not a fan of COVID Disney.
Well, you pretty much knew you wouldn't be because of one major factor, and that was mask wearing.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we were there. It was hot, but it wasn't. It was August.
Yeah, it was warm.
But it wasn't like.
You were miserable.
It wasn't as we've been there way hotter days, more humid days, but I can't imagine those who did. I mean, there's places you can go in the parks where you can take your mask off. Besides restaurants, they have what they call them relaxation stations or something.
Yeah, they had relaxation stations, so you could go in there and it was like a mask-free zone if you wanted to, like, just it was air conditioned and you could just chill. Well, actually, not all of them were air conditioned. Some were outside, so you know, it depended on what park you were at and what they had available. So, like in Epcot, one of them was I don't even know how to pronounce it, Acker House.
Yeah, Acker House.
The Acker House, and it's in Norway, right? And that's usually a buffet. You know, with the princesses and stuff, and so they basically just kind of opened up that building and let you just go in and sit down at the tables and stuff. And so that was really neat because actually we've never been in there because we never had a desire to have some of the food that was served there. Like,
right.
You know, it was a little bit, you know, and it was all princesses, so we just never did. And so it was neat to go in there and see what it looked like and take pictures, and just the building was cool. So
yeah, and
I enjoyed that.
And we did a live stream from one of those relaxation stations as well, from Magic Kingdom. But with the lines, because the lines you still had to wait a long time, even though the parks weren't near as crowded as they normally are, just the way things are, and with stuff being closed, not everything being open in the parks. It just, we went because we had annual passes. If I wouldn't have bought a ticket to go,
Right.
and I will, when our annual passes expire, well, we're not going to renew them anyway, but we definitely wouldn't because of this. And they're doing what they got to do, so it's no slam on them.
Well, that's what
it
Blaine
is.
said was, you got to give it to the staff, because every 2 feet somebody would be like, if you didn't have your mask, where's your mask? Why is it not up?
Yep.
Maybe you take it down just to even have a drink. So, but not to be negative, because I will say, as a whole, I mean, we were still able to go and enjoy the rides that we liked and some of the food that we liked and be able to do things. And so for that, we were very grateful to be able to still have, even if it was different, have that opportunity. So,
yeah. So
I mean, they're just doing what they have to do.
That's what we had to do. So we did that, and now we're going to go into another what not to do if you want to have a decent YouTube channel segment. When we left the Orlando RV Resort, which is a Thousand Trails property near Orlando.
Hold on.
What?
Let's answer this question real quick.
What?
Traveling down the banisters, I was hoping to go to, is it CD?
Yeah, COVID Disney.
Oh, COVID Disney this year, until you said that. How are the lines, and was it slow? I'm going to say this. I think it was slower before we got there. I think it did pick up. I think more people were attending. Certain times were busier, like the weekends were definitely busier, especially at Epcot, because they still had the International Food and Wine Festival. And it was just like, but because of their construction, they moved some of them. So it made it kind of busier in certain areas. And I would say the lines, we do lines a little bit different with Talon, so, but I would say that most people were pretty satisfied with being able to get through the lines appropriately and still have the distance. But so we don't really know completely about how the lines functioned, but for the most part, we were able to ride most things.
Yeah, well, the lines
in
are
the same way that we always have.
The lines had to be 6 feet apart, so the lines looked like humongous, but they weren't necessarily that bad. Hey, RV DJ, welcome. Thanks for joining us. But anyway, when we left the Orlando RV Resort, video coming soon, on that, we stopped at the Escapees RV park in Bushnell, Florida, to get a 4-corner away on our RV. And I talked about this with Shelly the whole time. We got to make sure we get this filmed, that filmed, and everything else filmed. We didn't film a thing. We didn't even bring the camera out. And by the time I remembered and realized all this stuff, our dash cam had overwritten the footage it had gotten, so we had nothing at all on any. So,
well, honestly, it went so fast. Like we were trying to figure out how to get in the park and get around and get to where he was at, because we weren't really sure. I mean, it was like, yeah, you just come to this park, and everything's great, but you got to come in and then you got to go around in a loop. So you just kind of drive through and then out. Well, by the time we did that, he was like, okay, roll up on the scale. Okay, okay, you're done. And I was like, what?
It was less than 10 minutes. And we were done.
Like, really? So it was very fast.
And I will say this: I would not stay in that RV park. No way. That was rough. That was one of the roughest ones I've seen. Blaine, we did drive through Sherwood Forest, and it looked pretty neat. It looked pretty decent. Yeah. Sherwood Forest was the one that had.
We have video.
I know we have video on all that. Yeah. Video coming soon.
Video coming soon on it.
Maybe sooner. I'll move it up the list for you, or give you a sneak peek of it. But yeah, it was pretty nice. Pretty big. Lot of pull-through spots.
I'm trying to remember which one it was. There's 4 in the Orlando area, and we kind of in one day went and visited all of them, and so they're kind of a little bit meshed in my mind. But that's why you have video footage, so you can go, oh yeah.
Yep, exactly.
But I'm not sure if that was the one that they actually gave me information about.
No,
or not.
That was the one before that.
Oh, see.
So we got the 4-corner way, and because of that, we had already weighed at pilots before, so we knew what our total weight was, and went to the Michelin website, figured out how to, see what tire pressures we should be running. But because of the four-corner weigh, we actually went down 5 pounds all the way around over what I thought we had, and still have some fudge factor for more weight. So our ride is a little bit better, noticeably better. Our fuel mileage is really noticeably better, which is kind of surprised. We got almost a mile per gallon more.
Yeah, that was,
which is really surprising.
right.
To go from 6 to 7, yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
The RV DJ.
I know, I said hello a minute ago. Yeah, I did say hello to her.
Every time he does that, and I totally miss it.
Yep. I'm saying it again.
I'm trying to be helpful.
So we did that, and we went to, we spent the night in Tifton, Georgia, on our way to Montgomery, Alabama. And
we have a Tiffin, not a Tifton.
Right. So we spent the last, almost 2 weeks in Montgomery. Now we're north of Montgomery, working our way around to head to Biloxi, which we're going to be spending a month in Biloxi.
Well, that's why we put on here, we've told you all that we had to go to Biloxi like right away. And that was true. Because on our last live video, we talked about how Michael had some medical appointments and he had to, get there to do those. The problem is we had to wait for the military to catch up with us. So we ended up having like a month delay. So in that being said, when we thought we had to be there around October 1st, it's more like November 1st. So we got to hang out for the month of October, piddling around until we got there. But that left us lots of time to visit with Ricky and Barbara in Montgomery.
It did. We had a good time visiting Ricky and Barbara while they were on their way to Mayberry. And
we have no idea what they told anybody at Mayberry with what happened, but we'll just say that there was lots of shenanigans going on for 4 days.
Yep. And we've got we had a lot of fun with them though. It was great spending time with them again.
And they totally rescued us.
They did.
That's all I'm
they
saying.
did. Totally rescued you.
Totally rescued me.
And yeah.
I'm just gonna say that when that video comes out, y'all, oh my. Yep.
So looking forward to that video coming out in a few weeks.
I don't really say that about a lot of videos. I will honestly say I'm not even sure I want that video to come out. But it's gonna probably. That's it. We only stayed there for 2 days, and it was mainly a place to park while at Disney. We had no issues. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of these parks are. You're just sleeping there. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get 16-ish per gallon.
Yeah, that would be nice. I like
a diesel and a fifth wheel. Hey, Mr. Roboto.
Hey, Mr. Roboto.
Glad you could join us.
Welcome, welcome. And Whoa Nelly RV Adventures. Whoa Nelly.
Hi.
So we have some, actually, I'll go ahead and spill some beans. We have some great videos coming out for the Montgomery area, both with and without Ricky and Barbara from RV Underway. And we really aren't recording a whole lot right now where we're at because we're just kind of catching up and taking care of some work and other things. But we are going to get some video done this weekend. Probably shoot some video tomorrow and the next day too. We got some friends coming into town unexpectedly, so we're looking forward to that. That's the great thing about this full-time lifestyle we've had. Oh, excuse me. We had tacos for dinner. Sorry. I am shocked. Yeah, I'm not shocked at what I just did because I'm old. I'm an old man. It was actually Talon, not me. But I've been overwhelmed, I guess maybe is a better word, about the friendships we've made on the road. Not necessarily with related to YouTube either, just meeting people and staying in contact with people we meet in these campgrounds, and we go our separate ways. We come back together. We go our separate ways. I mean,
Right.
I've heard people talk about this before, but it's like, really? Yeah, really.
And I think it is like family. You get all excited because, cousin so and so is coming to town is how it feels, Cousin Eddie. I don't know if I say cousin Eddie, but but family is coming to town.
Hey, meant to be RV.
Hello, Teresa. And Mike. Family Mount.
And there's our travel bug. How you guys doing? Now they're on the road.
They're on the road.
And hopefully they have it. Well, not when I say they, I mean Natasha. Hopefully Natasha's got good news from their contract situation. I'm sure she's got a contract somewhere by now. I don't know. We'll find out. I don't want to spoil their thunder. They may have already said it in some social media, and I haven't seen it yet today. But I will say one thing we got to do with Ricky and Barbara is we went to a fruit stand. So that was a big deal to her. The bigger deal to me was what was next door to the fruit stand, which was a Whataburger. And yes, I had a Dr. Pepper milkshake from Whataburger in Alabama, and it was delicious.
And he probably took the picture and texted it to Bill at Nursing Our Travel Bug.
I did.
That's mean.
I did. No, the mean was when I sent it to our son. And
yeah, he was a little disappointed.
He was very disappointed. Something about I hate you or hate my life or something. I don't know.
Not quite that bad, but
yeah. But if you've never had the Dr. Pepper shake from Whataburger, I highly recommend it. It is awesome.
But the fruit stand was really cool because there was a fruit stand and a bakery and what do you call it? Like cafeteria style food they had there, a boutique. I mean,
the spread pies were good.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff around it. And they were known for their pecan fried pies. And I know in the South it's pecan fried pies. So I don't know if you're a pecan or a pecan person, but I am a pecan person.
So Blaine he says he needs a cell phone booster before we hit the road. What should I get? I've been researching that myself. Because I'd like to get one. We've been in a couple of places where we really needed a cell phone booster because we have AT&T and Verizon internet solutions in our RV, but we were in places where we got a bar on both, and that's just been in the last few months. And so yeah, we need to get a cell phone booster too. I'm everybody says we boost, but I don't know if that's the right answer.
Well, it'll be about an hour.
I'm certain.
An hour away. Mr. Roboto wanted to know if we made it to Mayberry. And no, unfortunately, we did not make it to Mayberry due to the fact that we are headed towards Biloxi. And so it really would be too much on us to travel this way and then turn around and go this way.
And we were one of the first ones to reserve a spot there when this thing started. There was only like 8 or 9 people that signed up by the time we got ours. So we were OGs. We were originals on that. And then we had to bow out at the last minute due to my work schedule.
But the good news is it's going to happen again next year. So, and lots of people are making their reservations now for it. So.
Yeah. So look early and book often. Kind of like the Chicago voting way. So yeah, we've had some internet issues, Blaine. That was good because that's a segue on our list here. Because we do need a booster, or at least an antenna. I mean, I've got my router has 2 SIM cards in it. One's AT&T, one's Verizon, and it's 2 antennas. And I could mount those antennas on the roof and get a better signal. But then that involves getting on the roof, drilling holes in the roof and all that stuff. Now, I'm almost positive that this rig is our RV is pre-wired for a WeBoost. So there's a little dome up there that should have a wire in it that goes back into the entertainment cabinet back here, and I haven't had a chance to actually go look and see what's going on there, because if that's the case, then all I need to do is get a WeBoost or a WeBoost-like device, put up there, and I'll be good to go.
Here's our issue.
Hey, Camping Therapy.
Mr.
Saw that picture you saw that picture you posted from your campsite at Mayberry. That was an awesome picture. Okay, go ahead. I'm done.
Mr. Knee Problem won't be climbing up onto the roof of the RV, and neither will Afraid of Heights. Although I could, and then I'd be the one drilling the holes, and that would be another issue. So
yeah, Mr. Roboto, yeah, I'm almost positive it is too, because the Tiffin we almost bought had the WeBoost, and I think it said this one was pre-wired, but there's two domes up there, so I don't know what. One of them's got to be the WeBoost. I don't know what the other one's for. And when we were at Red Bay a couple of months ago, I meant to ask, and of course I forgot. TBI for the win.
Well, that's why you got to make lists.
Yeah.
Lists are always good.
Exactly. Lists are always good.
But we covered our list.
We covered the list.
Got 10 minutes or so.
We're very excited about what the future brings. This is 3 months on the road for us, and I'm still breathing. She hasn't killed me yet.
Okay, for those of you who are in RVs, I just need to know, what do you do about they're like little black dots that fly around. You can only see them when they're against the light. And so for the second you see it, you're clapping.
Everybody clap.
And then it goes against something dark and he can't see them. And Michael, of course, can't see any of them. So he thinks I'm an idiot walking around trying to get that one that's buzzing around my head.
Hey, my backyard science is in here. Hello, hello.
Anybody have any suggestions?
Yeah. But 3 months on the road, we've gone nowhere we haven't been before, pretty much. Except here. Where we're at now, we've never been before. We drove through it when we were in Red Bay.
Yeah, and we got to see some really cool stuff, because I posted on Instagram. So if you haven't checked it out, go check out Instagram. But we got to go to church on the mountain per se, but as we were coming down, there's a scenic overlook, and I just took some pictures, and it was so pretty to be on a mountain. Yeah. This is I didn't
for a mountain. It was pretty.
That's right. I mean,
as mountains go.
I thought it was really good. Now, did he get out of the car? No. Too many steps. You might need an eye doctor, Shelly, seeing little black dots. I know. Well, that's probably true, Susan. But I do know there's something flying there. Get it catchy. UV light that catches the bugs inside. We have two in our RV. Ooh. Okay. I will be on Amazon tonight. If you have a link, send it to me.
Got an Amazon affiliate link we can hook you up with.
That's right.
But
that's how it works around here, you know.
That's right. That's right. But we are looking forward to seeing a lot of new stuff, but it will have to be after January at this point.
Probably even later than that, but
yeah,
we're just going to enjoy the states we've been in, and hopefully maybe we can make some of the cities we have not been in.
Right.
In those.
And check out some of the places, even though we've been in, say, the Montgomery, Alabama area before. Check out some of the places around it that we really haven't. Mr. Botter wants to know how you attend church on the road. Do us go to a random church or online? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
Preferably online.
Preferably online.
No, I mean preferably
in person.
In person, yes. Preferably in person. We try to go to churches. Well, we've been fairly lucky so far. We've met people that have invited us to their churches. So I'd say about 50-50. We've either done church online or in person somewhere since we've been on the road.
There was like once that I looked and I just really wasn't finding like, even a church, which is strange to visit. And so we're like, okay, we're just gonna go online to, the churches that we do know that have services. But most of the time, I just kind of search just like you would if you went to, move to a new city and you just kind of look and go, okay, which church do I want to start with? And then some of them have been, meeting friends or whatever. So, and that's been cool too. And we've heard some really great messages from a lot of different people that way. So it's been really awesome.
Yeah. So what we've got coming up in future videos, this coming Friday is a cooking video. Yes, it is. Shelly made breakfast. And she has no idea what I'm talking about.
I don't.
None. But I bet Sue knows what I'm talking about. If you do know Sue, don't say a word.
I do know what is coming up now. Okay, that's right.
The light bulb has come on. So we checked out some lighthouses.
Yep. Checked out lighthouses.
Well, we actually had video footage of the lighthouse. And,
yeah, we do actually have video footage.
And we have, of course, some more campground reviews. I changed out the radio in our RV, and that's the video I was editing today, and that's going to come out in a couple of weeks. Because the radio that was in there, the $1,000 Kenwood radio that came with the coach, it's got the built-in Garmin GPS. The Garmin side decided they didn't want to work anymore, so I needed a new GPS. I went about it a little bit differently, as I tend to do with a lot of stuff, and let's say I didn't spend anywhere near $1,000. I barely spent over $100, and I have the same solution, or actually probably a better solution we had the Garmin. So that's coming up soon as well. And no, Sue, it did not involve an egg in a microwave. It involved a griddle and pancakes.
True.
Oh.
Camping Therapy had problems with her SD card. It somehow got corrupt with all her pictures on it, so she's got to reformat it. And there is nothing more heartbreaking. It's kind of like, I'll date myself. Back in the day when you snapped all your pictures on your roll and you took it out and you mailed it off.
Yeah.
And they'll come back and there'd be like 3 pictures out of 25, like 24.
From here up,
yeah.
or from here down. When you put the when you put your SD card in your phone, it should give you the option to format it. And that'd be a better way to format it there if it does do that than from your computer. But if it doesn't, you can still reformat your computer, or you just may want to buy a new SD card, because if something like that happens, there might be some bad sectors on that SD card, and it's only going to get worse.
There you go. Answers from the expert.
Well, it is Tuesday, so I might as well throw a little tech talk in there.
True.
But, well, we have had so much fun hanging out with you guys this past hour. Thank you very much. And I don't know if anybody is coming up next, because we don't have the time, unfortunately, to follow live streams anymore. So I'm not trying to be ugly or anything, but so I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point, Dustin. If you reformat it now, the files cannot be recovered. They will be deleted. Yep, that's true.
Ooh, brownies? No.
But that's a good idea, Fred. I like where you're going with it. Jerry Holly's up next. Okay,
I might need to make some brownies. That sounds good.
That sounds really good. You might need to do that in about 5 minutes.
Mr. Roboto, we need more time with you. Oh, that is so sweet.
I appreciate that.
Oh, Jerry Holly is next.
Yeah, Jerry's next.
Okay.
So go check out Jerry Holly. See what he's got coming up here in a few minutes.
Yeah, we got to up there.
Absolutely. And man, I just spaced big time. Anyway, yeah.
Did it come back?
No.
Okay.
But 2 thumbs up to full-time RV living. Talon's all about it.
As long as she has a couch and a Chuckles, no.
And I'll say this about Talon real quick. There's people out there saying that they're Talon's favorite. I'm not confirming or denying any of that. But Talon has a lot of love to give.
Talon loves whoever rides in the back seat with her. That is opposite of me.
Yeah.
Because whoever that is, she has given a lot of love to.
Yeah. Are any regrets? Honestly, I think for me, it's not really regret when I think it through, because I wish we'd have done it sooner.
Mm-hmm.
But if we had done it sooner, it might have been more difficult to sell the house. We might have had to put more money on it and not made as much and all that other stuff. So it's all God's timing. So absolutely. I'm happy with how things have turned out thus far.
And I would say our kids are settled well. Mm-hmm. And I think that was, a good factor for us, that it wasn't just like, okay, you guys are old enough now, see ya, we're out, Yeah. So I think that was good.
Well,
yes.
you got to remember, dogs don't have a really sense of time. So it's whoever's near them or with them. That's who they remember the most. So
it's always
yeah.
Actually, she doesn't really want my attention as much as she wants whoever else is in the back seat with us riding somewhere. Right. That's who she wants.
She loves love.
And literally, she will sit up and she will lay her head against their chest and just kind of snuggle in and get her love. We joke that she has a love meter, and after she's given so much, she needs it refilled.
Got to recharge the love batteries, right, Talon? Right, Talon. But yep, no regrets. We're happy with the RV we bought, for sure. We're happy with the vehicle we bought, the tow behind the RV.
Yep.
We're happy with the choices we've made and what we kept and didn't keep.
Yep.
Except we still have a couple of storage lockers or storage sheds in 2 different states with stuff in them that we may need to pare down at some point.
I don't think there's much there to pare down.
True.
We pared down pretty well.
Hey, you gonna smile, everybody? Smile.
I would say, I think what we're finding now is just learning how to organize properly, knowing what we have, what we don't have, which kind of sometimes when you stick it in a place you don't use very often, which you don't know you don't use it very often, mm-hmm. Then you realize you have stuff that you didn't know you had, like saws. But
yeah,
that's the only thing we double purchased that I know of.
Yeah, those $5 we didn't have to spend.
Right.
Anyway, well, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us for this hour. We really appreciate it.
We're over now.
We might. No, we're not.
Oh, my computer's in.
Yeah, her Apple computer is always 3 minutes ahead. But we thank you guys for hanging out with us. We might be popping in. You might see us on a live stream next week. You never know. You never know.
You never know.
So
true.
Keep
your eyes out.
Keep looking.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this hour, for supporting our channel, for being our friends, and just and praying for us. We thank you for all that. Talon thanks you. Shelly thanks you. And we love you guys. And well, we got videos out now, so you can go watch our videos. But you can watch us live maybe next week, but definitely next month. So y'all take care, and let's go over and either go hang out with Jerry Holly or Paul the Air Force guy. Bye.
Bye.